over the north side.
Levi's actually just got knocked down. No confirmation just yet if he is already been eliminated, but 001, aka Satar, is also written out there in the open, and they're going up against Aura Esports. Okay, so this is a tough competition right here. We've got Sky popping up some smokes here. Again, we've seen the circle a while ago, and it's going to be a busy west side. We can still see a lot of teams, right, will be coming from that direction. So I guess there will be a lot of potential clashes. But
Want to Hans now opening a little bit of space, cutting through the south side as well. It's just going to be driving towards the direction of Nine Noise, so he's got to be ready to take on BTR. Meanwhile, pickoffs happening over the bottom end of the field. It will be Geek Fam that will have Mika taken out. Nate's also joining into the party as well, and KT trades back. And oh boy, the names are just running while on the feed, while the rest of ASC tries to journey their way through in this one heck of a mess. Big Nate's now popping in from the side of Sky, as well as Mr. Borrow, and the rest of Horror Esports is just wrapping around where Vampire Esports at.
I love the approach there coming from the other side of Horror Esports. They're locking vampires in from inside the compound. I mean, they're everywhere. They're holding off multiple angles with first best, of course, and they're flushing them out with a lot of nades. But in the meantime, let's just check out Tribe Aeromacy, because they've got one on the already back in the lobby, two on the ground, so they're left with just one player remaining. But coming off of the kill feed, it's Schweb.
Tough predicament for the side of Toda as they are being scattered into two different positions, and they do catch Lynx coming in with a big nade dropped in by the side of Shrebs. So down to 2 members left. Vampire Esports storms the gate, trying to look for their targets, and it seems like Toda, they just want to defend one singular room, and this is going to be a tight one for them to hold out.
And Todak is not even moving a muscle here. They're letting Vampire Esports to actually, get inside this house, waiting for them to take the bait. And now we've got Shrebs holding on that to that nade to kind of disorient them with what's happening just outside. But an effective shot coming from Clay Rider, but Shrebs already to push forward and ready to take the win.
For Vampire Esports.
You know what? I'm not used to the fact that Team Flash is playing this game, more on the passive side. When I've seen Batman really go at it and just full aggro when it comes to getting those elimination points. But then again, I guess at this point in the competition, you just want to be flexible at at how you approach each of the battles here that is happening inside the games. And I guess getting into the right position can you have a high chance of actually scoring the chicken dinner, because elimination points can come later into the game, right? But you just have to get into the right position to maximize those kill points. Now, Geek versus Vampire. Oh man, this is not what we expected to happen. But that was unfortunate for the side of Vampires, because they took a big explosion right up in front of them. But then again, this is a good follow through coming from Tony K. But I just want to say it was a close call nonetheless, but they do need to hurry up in terms of picking up their teammate, picking up their fallen comrades, because BTR also aggressively throwing in nades to flush them out once again from inside of this compound.
My, I wasn't expecting Tony K to actually clutch that moment. You saw what really happened. They were all arriving, funneled into the same direction on the outside, where Geek Fam was not even inside the compound. And by playing on the outskirts, every VP members was just trying to figure out where exactly to go. The moment they stepped out, and once they were figured out, they were all going into the same line of sight against the side of Geek Fam. And speaking of on the outskirts, look at BTR. They now find themselves within range of grenades being tossed in from the side of NKT. Advancing forward with Joker coming in from the back as well. It's only going to be Hans for Hans Jewel. So, yeah, the names are getting a little bit more confusing coming from the side of BTR. So, yeah, it is
surrounded by a lot of sandworms. And who will be the biggest sandworm to take him out? So, I mean, he is sandwiched in between Vampire and NKT, so that is a tough way to go, not gonna lie here. Hands now, about to go out. Ooh! Huge damage coming from that nade from Vampire, and he is also receiving some nade damage coming from NKT, so this is not a good spot at all for this last surviving member of Bigatron Red Aliens.
He's still trying his level best. Meanwhile, Tony K, he's basically confident to push onto the outskirts, trying to pressurize with some grenades once again in exchange. But Vampire Esports, they don't really have that much time. The circle's about to shift. In this top 5 battle, it has been pretty much a tight gridlock between NKT as well as VPE. Not that they're even fighting each other. They're just really hoping to take that 1-pointer, wasting a lot of resources at the same time as well. So I don't really think that is all too well worth it. But they try as they may, as they send more of these players up to eventually get Han. He does get the DBS out there, and he will suppress one member, Tony K, down on the ground, and that will eventually be picked up. BTR is already out, but here comes the rest of NKT. The other Thai team that has been waiting in the wings will try to gatekeep. Unfortunately, of course, we may have actually missed certain action, as we are now down to only 13 teams left. We'll keep you guys up to speed on what exactly went on, but here comes BTR. They're holding on to Rozak, as we are going to be having them hold out against a certain up-approaching team, but I believe that things are looking to be pretty safe for the side of BTR for now.
Hey, so it only goes to show that we've already lost at least 3 teams from this match. And Bigatron Red Aliens down here in Razak is just minding their own business and just making sure that they have everything they need before they get into a fight. I'm pretty sure it's the same
things, as they are currently occupying some of the areas on the outskirts of school, as well as the opening fields of Yasnaya as well. So it's already 5 total eliminations, or should I add it to 6 for BTR? What a good start it has been for the Indonesian side, as BTR, they were just holding on Rosa, and teams are just passing through, and they get caught.
Man, also for the side of Tribe Aramasi, they're no longer part of the game, but they did exit the game with 2 elimination points. Now, you brought up, having to do some mistakes in the game, because that would definitely give you some information to grow.
Seen a lot of all these players just growing every step of the way throughout the course of the tournament in terms of their skills, in terms of the way that they execute strategic plans as well. So
numbers as well. So that is one heck of a job right there coming from T2K, which brings us down to just 10 teams remaining. And now here comes Todak. Here comes a 9 with that nade attack, challenging up the boys of Bigatron Red Aliens. But in the meantime, he needs to pick up his comrades right here. He needs to keep BTR at bay. He may be buying some time for them to reset. That much firepower in front of him. Let's just wait and see if he can manage to survive together with his teammate.
yeah, look at the circle as well. It really depends on how the hardships happens. But Team Flash, they bow out. That was a little bit overwhelming in terms of numbers, but what a valiant effort it was. With only those 2 members, as we saw, they did manage to put up in quite the challenge. Now, depending on the circle shift, it could either favor the side of T2K, or maybe the ones over on the open fields. Shots now being fired from the side of BTR, looking for the target. Will be able to knock one down from the side of RRQ. Now, I'm not too sure if they will turn back to actually pick up Fnatic, but they should do so. But the bullets are just too immense for them to even respond. So BTR will be inching closer into a 10-pointer, now settling for 9.
Bath if the teams decide to actually engage with one another.
See how that one will turn out. But Lynx, his vehicle is starting to smoke up. So these sort of drive-bys to bait and switch isn't exactly doing much favor for themselves as well. May as well just take that compound and just settle it without exposing too much. So they've been noisy neighbors with Bigatron Red Aliens for the longest of time. That won't be changing anytime soon until this circle shrinks all the way in. And by then, BTR is definitely looking for it, for that close proximity fight to charge through those compounds. That's what we will be seeing in a couple of minutes. But for now, within the span of 45 seconds, these teams will have to make the decisions right now. But T2K, a massive run throughout this course of the battle. They've got themselves, 10 elimination points already. Meanwhile, T2K is struggling to squeeze by because the circle shifts so far off. They're forced towards the hills, and they have to deploy all these smokes to keep themselves alive. Meanwhile, Toad out now ambushes the rest of BTR over the backside as well. Fights are happening all over the map, and BTR, they will send it all the way through, but it is going to be Toad out that will get those elimination points as they will eliminate the aliens off the map.
Oh man, okay. Your report right there now. He's picking up that nade to flash out the members of Vampire Esports. He is getting attacked as well, but let's see if they can be successful at crashing down or like putting down the players coming from Vampire. So far, it's a little bit of a struggle considering the fact that there is a lot of notes actually got popped out. So visual is complete.
It was all smokes and maybe some mirrors as well. Levi's now crashing through. Now, beautiful teamwork to be able to deny Vampire Esports. They will take back what is theirs, that #1 spot on the table.
The spoils of the... Did I say that right? Okay, we're just gonna check it out later. But yeah, I mean,
right
this is again a back to the situation with the future. Now we are looking at Bigatron, Red Aliens, and okay, they're having an exchange. I guess with who? Team Secret? Oh yeah, okay. So Team Secret got eliminated, I guess, with 2 elimination points. What was it? Team Secret? Yes. No, that's Todak. That's Todak Esports. Okay.
There goes my prediction yet again, but it does not really matter too much because Leo here is hoping to take revenge for my predictions as well. Leo Esports having Haidami finally making measures for himself. And DO1 is well, what DO1 it is Satar 001. So Haidami now looking around as he could not really spot much through the smoke. Satar dancing around, and that is going to be a final tap with the DBS. Quick, clean. That's 4 pointers on the block. DRS do at this moment. Not exactly in the best picture when it comes down to the position. And wow, hard shift. Look at that. All the teams who are around the area was hoping it to be around Puerto Paraiso or Los Leones. It goes over onto the outskirts of Chumacera instead.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that there's a lot of elevation. I mean,
Boing Donkey already approaching a battle against the side of FaZe Clan. Ventorius finds one, catching out Yuhai Boy as that will be one off from the Malaysian squad. Meanwhile, Boing Donkey goes into the thick of things. Mineral quickly goes in for the tap, but he's stepping onto the fires and flames, and it's Roar from the back that stashes it away.
God, you know, for a good few minutes, right? And he's not getting spotted, which is of course what he needs to do. I mean, focus on longevity here and get those quick points. Now, in the meantime, we have the power of the Red Aliens, but he is a little slow on the trigger there. That's why he finds himself on the ground as well.
Wow, with 1 tick of HP bar left, Lapar still managed to go in for the trade and still managing to keep the rest of the team afloat. But here comes the rest of NKT. I think this is going to be that perfect opportunity to strike as well. He can only revive 1, so he needs to make this one count. And the more time being bought, that's going to be the whole squad back up. The whole squad being 3 members, as a matter of fact. But look at that. 52 Esports, NKT surrounding BTR. Where exactly could they go? I don't think that this is a good position at all. They need to find somewhere else that's safer from here.
Yeah, they're like sitting ducks right here. I mean, all they need to do is just really throw in a lot of nades and BTR could be wiped out entirely. And permanently, I guess. And there you go. BTR with 2 elimination points and placing in at 7th is not, I mean, we'll be seeing them tomorrow, you know, for